What's up, everyone? This is James Quilty, and welcome to day 2 of our 5-day product selling secrets bootcamp. If you have not watched day 1, I suggest that you stop this right now, go watch day 1, because each day is going to build off of itself, all right? So today, what I'm going to share with you is a concept that I actually learned from a very successful network marketer way back, in the day. And his name was Mike Dillard, and he actually, put a program together called Magnetic Sponsoring. So Mike Dillard was like, any network marketer. Or any average, I don't want to say average, but like most network marketers, you know what? He was in college at the time. He wanted to get some extra money, a little time freedom, and so and he didn't have, because he was a college student, he didn't have a lot of extra money to be floating around. So the ability to start a business that can actually grow and build a significant amount of income from without a whole lot of investment, which was network marketing, was very attractive to him. But like all of us, what happened? He failed miserably. And he went from, opportunity to opportunity. He actually went through like, 12 different opportunities until he finally realized that, the only common denominator in all of this is me. And there's people, when he would go to his company events, there's people that are walking across that stage that obviously are doing something correct. This is not a total scam, because there's people that are actually building a business and have made a significant amount of income from. So there must be something that they're doing that I'm not doing. And what he realized was the top leaders, the top people that are in the industry that were doing significant revenue, or were making a significant a type of revenue from this business, had done one thing, which was they had mastered a skill. They had taken one skill level, whether it be recruiting, whether it be product sales, or whether it be closing, or whatever, doing large, group, presentations or hotel meetings. They had mastered a skill, and from that skill, they had, gained influence, and from that influence, they had built a, large business and a large, organization. So he set out to develop or master a skill. And so what he started doing was he started, because he was very shy, so he started developing the skill of, being able to close people on the phone. So back, then when he started this, it was back in 2004, 2005, he was, calling lead lists, right? And, he was doing, cold calls, and he got, very proficient at it. And so he actually, finally started having success, and he started, building up a significant, organization. I think he had built up to about 1,000, distributors, in his organization. But what he had realized is that, he hated what he was doing. He hated having to pound the phones every single day, even though that he had gotten really good at it. This was not something that he wanted to spend the rest of his life doing. And so what he did was, like all great entrepreneurs, he asked himself a question, and the question that he asked was, if I could get about 5 to 10 people to contact me every single day, that would change the entire game. And from that question, it took him onto a journey, which he ended up creating a course called Magnetic Sponsoring, which was learning how to use the principles of direct response marketing and attraction marketing to attract people to you. So people, your prospects, your ideal prospects, are seeking you out without you having to go and seek them out, being the hunted instead of the hunter. And so he was waiting tables at the time. And so when he started actually developing the principles that he eventually put into his Magnetic Sponsoring course, it took him from waiting tables to 7 figures in 18 months, right? And one of the foundational principles in that course was what he called sellification, right? Which was selling through education, right? And one of the things that took him on this journey was a quote from Perry Marshall, who was a top marketer at the time, and I'm actually going to read that to you. This is what significantly changed everything for him. And he said, Perry Marshall, this is what he said: "Nobody who bought a drill actually wanted a drill. They wanted a hole. Therefore, if you want to sell drills, you should advertise information about making holes, not information about drills. That's pretty powerful, isn't it? I mean, really think about that. And so what he did was he completely changed his thinking and his approach to his network marketing business, which totally exploded. Because what he started to realize was that, again, your people or your prospects, they're not looking for your product. They're not looking for your potions, lotions, and powders. They're not. And I don't care, what your upline has told you. I don't care how awesome your company, may be. I don't care how amazing, your products are. They could grow back limbs or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that people are not looking for that. What people are looking for is, something to solve their current issue. So just like Perry Marshall was talking about, nobody is looking for, the awesome drill, 5 million or whatever, right? They're not looking for a drill. They have a particular issue, which is, I need a hole. I need to make a hole. All right, so what's the fastest, most effective way that I can make this hole? Oh, I need to get a drill. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Well, you know what? How do I actually, utilize, or how do I actually make this hole? Oh, well, I need to use this drill and da-da-da-da, and you know how it goes, right? So the same thing with your prospects. So when it comes to selling your products, what you need to realize is that your ideal client is not looking for your essential oils. It's not looking for your keto supplements. It's not looking for your weight loss shakes. They're not. What they are looking for is, I have a problem with acne. I have a problem with insomnia. I can't get to sleep. I can't seem to break through this plateau, and I've been carrying around the same 50 pounds, since, I was in my 30s. I have, every time, I go to the office, cafeteria, I'm always, craving, sugary carbs, and I can't seem to kick that, habit. That is their issue, right? And so, what, Mike Dillard was, talking about was selling through education, meaning, putting out information on solving that, your ideal client's, problem or issue, right? Educating them on, okay, so let's just say, for example, that your ideal client, let's just say the product that you're selling is a keto supplement, okay? And so your ideal client is, married, men who are, working in the oil fields. Okay, let's just say that's that. So people who are working on the oil fields work really long hours, right? And so they have some very unhealthy habits. And so what they do is they load up on a lot of caffeine, and they're eating a lot of sugary foods because they need that energy because they're out working all day. And so what's happening is they're starting to gain a whole lot of weight. Okay, so what you could do is you can start, putting out, some really, easy information, a cheat sheet checklist. You can do some blog posts. You can do some, some videos, on YouTube on, here are some of the most, effective ways that you can increase your energy without having to eat sugary carbs. Right? One of the quickest ways for you to actually get promoted in your company is, by improving your appearance or something, right? You're educating them, and through that, you're building credibility. And now that you have gained the attention of your clients, well, one of the things that you're going to be doing in your education pieces is what? You are going to be offering them your product. So going back to the keto supplement, so if you know anything about some of the ketones, what it does is it clears up brain fog. It gives you sustainable clean energy without the crash. Okay, and what it does also is it enables your body to actually utilize ketones, which it burns fat instead of carbs, and so that naturally you start losing weight. Your body starts burning off its excess body fat. And you start, some of the byproducts is you start losing weight, you increase your brain fog, and you get, a lot more, focused attention. And so, when you're talking about, guys that are working, out in the oil fields, well, you know what? In order for you to be effective on your job, if you want to get an increase in pay, you need to make sure that you increase your productivity. One of the ways that you can do that is by paying attention to your brain, giving your brain the actual nutrients that it needs. And so your brain thrives off of healthy fats, okay? But sometimes because we are always eating sugary carbs, our brain isn't able to utilize the good fats, the good healthy fats that it needs to actually operate in its optimum level. So you are like firing in all cylinders, so you're like super effective. You're coming up with all sorts of good ideas. You're able to get the job done in record amount of time, right? So one of the ways that helps to it's without having long excess diets or anything. And one of the ways that you can speed up that process to be a little more effective is by taking a healthy ketone drink. Right. One of the things that I would recommend would be your keto supplement. Right. So look I'm educating them on how to solve their issue, but then I'm also selling them through that education, and that's how you get your product to them without having to hound them, to cold call them, or to have to be that uncomfortable person that's coming around trying to peddle your products. Does that make any sense? And that was the process that Mike Dillard coined, and that was the process that he started utilizing, and that's what exploded his business. That made the difference between him waiting tables and then him earning a 7-figure income. And what was amazing was as he started teaching that to his team, his entire team started blowing up. And that whole magnetic sponsoring course that he had put together was really a training manual, which one of the founding principles was this sellification, selling through education, was what he taught his team. Well, then other big MLM or network marketing leaders was catching wind of what he was doing and what he was accomplishing. And they wanted to see what he was doing. And then they wanted him to actually, train their teams. And so what he did was he took the information that he put together that was just a training manual for his particular network marketing business and opportunity, and then he made it generic, and then he started offering it to other network marketers, and it completely revolutionized the industry back in 2005. And so that is the concept that I wanted to share with you in this second part of this product selling secrets framework. The first one is that secret formula. You got to know who you want to serve, who's your ideal client, where are they hanging out from, what is the bait that you can use to gain their attention, and then what is the result that you ultimately want to get for them. The second part of that is selling through education, sellification, right? Educating your clients by putting good information, providing value to them about how they can solve their biggest problem, and then part of that solution is your product and your service, selling them through education. That is how you are going to not only move more product into the marketplace, but you're going to be able to do it in a way that makes you look professional. You're going to be able to do it in a way where you'll be able to duplicate that through your teams, and no one is going to have to get on the phone and doing a whole lot of cold calling unless you really enjoy that. But you're not going to have to be able to do that, and you're not going to have those uncomfortable conversations with your family and friends. You could keep your family and friends as family and friends, and then start, really working with the people that are looking for your product and service. Does that make any sense? So that's all I have for this module. So in the next module, we're going to be covering part 3 of the product selling secrets. And what that is that's going to it's going to show you a concept of how you can acquire customers for free, and in some instances actually get your customers to pay you to be a customer, so you are profitable from day one. And so that's going to be in the next module. So that's all I have for you today. You have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next training. Bye-bye.